And over the back, Frederick wrapped up and taken down. Strong tackle by Hosking.
It's the kind bounce. Works their way through Jarks. Hosking holding her space. Brick coming through Plain.
So she's playing with house money.
She's ready and about to kick off this ball here as it heads to Hosking. Excellent one-hand mark in front of Birchall. So Carlton dominating the game in terms of inside 50s, 20-3. And they're finding little pockets of space here.
All-Australian is her aim this year. Harrington teams up with Hosking. The 1-2 back. Bouncing football towards half forward, but it's all Blues. Hosking with some time to turn. Awkward looking kick, but it Monahan got boot to ball, gains a bit of territory. Hosking will get there first. Gets the...
After the speedster in Dalton, ball came inboard for Childersley into the hands of Hosking.
The Blues, seems a strange thing when they've only played, this is only the 24th game in their club's history, so they have Egan, Presparkis, Hosking, Sockers off the deck, that's Sarah Hosking. And Dalton, but they couldn't quite control it. Here's Sarah Rowe, gets back onto her right. She's got her sister right across the ground. It's a slightly dangerous kick, but perfectly weighted. Cleared Lambert and found Sarah. That's what Daniel Harford's talking about. They're not going straight down the line. Butler's kick spoiled into the arms of Hosking. She'll poke it wide to Hosking. It'll bounce over the back. Walker left it behind. Has some support. Hosking releases Dalton. Game delicately poised right now. That's a dangerous kick from Harrington, but the Blues have got plenty of numbers. It's 4-on-1. Pick up. Plain flips a handball to Pound. And eventually numbers almost win out. They're not quite out. Blowed away from Downey, who calls for assistance. Lalawifi did well. Great run-down tackle from Hosking. The Blues came from everywhere. Downey knew she was in trouble. She was waving her arms for support, and the cavalry arrived.
Oh, wow.
Hosking as they set up to the outer side. Lalawifi sidestep from Malloy, then fashions a kick with the outside of her boot towards Rowe. Heavy collision between Rowe and Hosking. Umpire's going to reward the Blue. Wilson puts her body in between Darcy and the football. Darcy somehow still does well. Arriving there rather was Membry. She's tackled off her kick and it will eventually be a Carlton ball. 80 seconds remaining in the game. Hosking stabs a low ball and finds...
Got Hosking on here, she'll head in that direction now. It sits for Sarah. She had McLeod out the other side of the rearview mirror, but almost a sixth sense that the twin sister was there. Oh, in the breeze, Brown, Hunt, back to Heron, good from the Bulldogs, good pressure from the Blues though. Brown gathers, shovels it off, stepping through Giorgio Stathis. Here comes Hosking!
Brilliant tackle.
And this game's got a bit of everything right now. So here's the original tackle, which was very well executed from Sarah Hosking. What's the aftermath?
Drops out the back and Pound. A little bit of breathing space, although this kick puts Hosking under pressure. Went for the free kick and probably should have got it in the end. She went tangled to ground with Hunt.
Parker's put it in reverse. Hunt will try and chop it off, bodied by Hosking. Hunt goes over the top to try and win it. Brown came through. Hunt being legged. Sort of thing you do to your kids.
Oh, he's reversed it here.
A free kick will go the other way. Hosking to take the free kick.
Decides to move the ball quickly. Has a run of Presparkis. Umpire said the front-on contact was okay. Hunt.
Heron's probably the best of her 3 AFLW games so far. Hosking waited for it on the bounce, kept it alive, and advantage Bulldogs. Lachlan Ford, no, free kick will come back, so go the way of one of the Hoskings, given both are in shot.
It's hard to tell, isn't
it?
Well,
it was more deciding, do you want it, do you want it?
So tight tussle early on in this second half. McAvoy. Hand pass off, Rennie chops it off to Lachlan. Under pressure, the kick. Didn't have the carry on it, very near the line.
She's doubled her career goal tally this afternoon. Hadn't kicked a goal since the corresponding round last year. She's got 2 on the afternoon. Hosking clears a path from the centre of the ground. Foot race in shoes, winning it in the end. Steady as Gamble. She's met solidly by Loins. She kick won't be a free kick. Mark intercept to Sarah Hosking. And she's got Harrington screaming for it in the middle of the ground. Lamb able to cut her off now. Hosking goes low, short. Loins makes good of it.
The kick has come for too good. There's quite a bit of company, including Hosking. Able to at least force a stoppage. Blues again. McAvoy to Hosking. On the right, looking for G.
They're on the bounce. She's got G and Hosking for company. That wasn't the required distance. And look at the pincer movement from Vesio. What a tackle it was on Heron Blues. So they're going to write their season at 2-1. And after being outplayed by Collingwood last Sunday, they face the Crows. Your Crows next Sunday, Chelsea Randall, over in Adelaide, and then a run ahead that...
She did well, just put it into a bit of space. Strong tackle there from Hosking on Jones. Back of the stoppage, has Sarah Hosking there. Just wanted to... And again, the Blues will look to kick it out to space. There's the other twin, Sarah Hosking. Steps around Stevie Lee, takes a bounce, goes wide. They might get themselves hemmed in defence. Sarah Hosking presents. And now they can try and create on the wings again. Dives into the footy. Egan won out in that contest. That's a good win for the youngster. Got into a little bit of space. Couldn't take it cleanly. Jess Hosking to her sister Sarah. Doesn't take possession. Cleverly taps it back to Plain like it stayed in play. And just the one behind. So it's the Crows by 5 points. Phillips up to 7 disposals. Lift her team, will go on the left boot, but had nothing at all to kick to. And once again, Carlton have really set up well at half back and take another intercept mark. So the Blues will chip the ball around the boundary line. Now adjusted their defence, you would think. So it might be a bit harder for the Blues to get the space that they've got for the first 3 quarters. Egan backtracks, nice composure. Drew Gum got it to Hosking. Edwards sits under the football, takes the mark. So she was in front, Courtney Gum, but umpire spotted her holding on to Sarah Hosking. Well, Jess Hosking it was who kicked it to her sister Sarah. And they'll switch the play again, the Blues. Good kick. Thanks for joining us, Jess. We wish you all the best with the ankle injury. Hope it's not too serious, and we'll let you get back to the action because Stevens, the kick wide to Hosking, has Egan in support. Yeah, tried to find a teammate by hands. Gum, we know she'll lift. Benefit of the doubt, no throw. Hatchard, Gum again. Well done, Blues. Vesio a long way from home, supporting her defence.
And for the Blues, there's Pressparkis to try and tidy it up. She links up with Hosking. And Sarah looks for an option on the inside, finds Egan. Al Downey will take this ruck contest against Ree Watt. Got the fist, dangerous spot. Hosking, can she finish? Yes, she can. Goal apiece at Icon Park.
That was great work by Sarah Hosking. Opportunistic, found the hole and a great finish in front of goal.
One thing about the Blues that's impressive, Abs, they're becoming more predictable of each other, aren't they, the more this group plays together?
They really are, and it's a great thing there to see Sarah finish off with a goal. But
her up and take her down. Handball came out, umpire said play on. Phillips, she's gang tackled and taken down as well. And the umpire will say holding the ball. Throws herself in every contest, does the veteran, and she drills it inside 50, off the hands of Harris. Lovely crumb from Vesio. Hosking for her second. Beautiful finish from the Blues. Once again, quality football. Front and centre, Crum. Player predictable coming past for the overlap handball. And Hosking the finish.
Brilliant work once again by Sarah Hosking. As we said in her first goal of the game, she hangs off the contest. She recognises that if the ball comes out the side, she's there ready to go and to slot through the goal.
She'd only kicked 3 goals in her 27 AFLW games before tonight. She's got 2 in 1 quarter.
She's got 2 in 1 quarter, Jason. Didn't she love it? Look at this celebration with her and Darcy Vesio.
Slow to get up there is Kelly O'Neill for the Saints. Handball off to Mackie, back in the side this week. Her handball went searching. It was cut off by Sarah Hosking. Gives it off to Dillon. She'll go wide towards Greiser. Wilson, and going back with courage with Sarah Hosking. She'll switch laterally to Lalawifi. It's to kick her first goal for the Saints. She floats it across the face. It might work out. It'll drop short to the front of the goal square. Egan's there for the Blues. Greiser lurking as well. Greiser picks it up. Gets boot to ball. Dangerous position. Mackie might get another chance. Play on. It was touched off the boot. Smothered off her hands. Dalton will feed it out. Here's a chance for Hosking. Tries to step around Johnson. Puts it into the path of Stevens. Win it. Moody with strength tries to barge out and does. Hosking. Dalton again with quick hands. Nicely read by Guttridge. Runs into Hosking. Greiser goes off the deck. Wilson, nicely done over the top from McDonald to force a contest. Hosking, down to Pressparkas, who's rolled and tackled. Kicks it wide for space. Drennan versus Sarah Hosking. Drennan takes it. Hosking takes her. Drennan manages to get it to boot to ball. Xenos, well, got it to Phillips. Saved the day for the Saints. It might be coming back. Hosking's involved. Sarah, tackled by Drennan.
But it's that Dalton to Walker link-up, isn't it, that we're all loving so much. These are 2 women that are still learning the game, but they are already dominating through the centre of the ground. So it's really exciting for Carlton fans to see just the run and carry.
Chaos for the opposition, and that's what they do when they can break a line and get out into space and run. Hosking taken down high. Sarah Hosking will get the free kick, her 11th touch coming up. When you've got Walker and Dalton and G, all with lightning speed. Numbers forward of the football. This is the speedster Dalton. Draws Emerson. Gives it back to Hosking. Now Dalton again, kept it going. Birch will go towards Zanka. But chopping it off is Sarah Hosking once again. Another having a fantastic season for the Blues. She'll chip it short. Carlton, the #1 kick efficiency team in the competition. They do use it so well. Contest, and we're getting one in Alice Springs. Hanks is up and under kick. Loynes left it. Hosking, she's tackled off the football. She'll want to wheel and go. Brings it inboard. Dangerous kick. Hosking's got to go one-on-one against Sheriff. They'll turn. Numbers arrive here for the Ds. Mithun coming in the other direction. Pound in there to support. Dalton, little sidestep, gave herself some space. Hosking pokes it forward. Brought down by Loynes. Ball spills out. Sarah Hosking feeds it back. Dalton confronted by Hanks, pops a handball to Sarah Hosking. Back against G, who gets there first. Feeds a handball to Hosking, a slight fumble. Slips the tackle from 50. Low trajectory, kick inside 50. That's going to be a free kick. The ground. D's have got numbers front and centre. Mithun under pressure from Hosking. Weren't prepared to match it. It's proven to be a bargain. Hosking.
Already had that feat before a couple years ago. She wanted some of the action as well.
Importantly for the Blues, it keeps them right there in the contest as Hosking goes to McAvoy.
Hit the scoreboard and do some damage in attack.
So can the Ds now respond? Sheriff to Gay. For the first time tonight, it's Carlton making the running in this game. Anchor comes back to Plain. Support in the form of Hosking. Rolled the shoulders, got rid of Mithun. Got it back to Pound, who she kicked it. It was important. It went straight into the arms of Pound. She turns it over through the hands of Emerson. Wilson had to turn around and wait for the football. Puts it into the path of Sarah Hosking. It'll sit for her. Bodie tries to run her down. Lost her footing. And here's the dangerous Fark again. Inside 50. McAvoy. Tackled by Arnell. Gets it to boot. Finds Pressparkas. She's taken down. Wilson. The Blues having to work overtime in the back half here to win it clear. And eventually they do through Hosking. Working as a stevedore on the docks in Brisbane. Harrington, the quick restart to Jess Hosking. She goes to her sister Sarah, slapped away from Conan. Plain, great tackle. Conan managed to pin the handball. You could see Plain was just ready to pop it out to Sarah Hosking, but Conan's timing on that was perfect. Pinned the arm and made the ball drop.
Absolutely, and I'm so impressed by the defensive effort of these Lions forwards. It would be very pleasing for the coaching staff to see them, yes, in attack. They're creating the leads and getting the ball in there, but on, I guess, transition, they're defending hard and locking the ball in their forward half.
Really bothering the Blues with their physicality early. Carlton slow starters last week and they came home like a steam train. Hosking. It's not that the Blues are particularly playing badly, Abs. No. It's just Brisbane are giving them no breathing room whatsoever.
It's their pressure, isn't it? They're just bringing it. And Carlton are a little bit shell-shocked at the moment.
Boyle well. Pound with the outside of her boot. Bushner's mark paid. Ran off the line, chips the kick, but she and Postlethwaite not on the same page. Sarah Hosking cuts it off, and once again the chance for the Blues to pin Brisbane in their own defensive half. Hosking's kick in the Wushner direction again, and it's an important little hand in there from Harris. Feet free. Lutkins arrives. Solid hit on her from Sarah Hosking. Postlethwaite to Webb. Into the path of Anderson. G to try and close her down. Anderson kick towards O'Dwyer. Newpound was coming the other way. It was a really clever little tap onto herself. Pound did well. Won it at ground level. Good slick move there from Hosking to turn inside. Lalawifi. Little chip to Hosking, and once again the Blues can control it. This is Sarah. So all the players basically in the front half of the ground for the Blues.
Yeah, she just couldn't see those jumpers for the Lions.
Chris Barkas had to wait on Harrington's kick, fed it to Downey, now Hosking, and Hosking to G. Stevens at ground level, as she's done a couple of times today, hits up, then wins it on the deck, and she now delivers to Sarah Hosking.
Well, that was excellent work by Nick Stevens, wasn't it? She was under pressure, she was hot, but she managed to shimmy and shake her way out of it. Steady up and hit a target inside 50. Well done.
Let's get a look at what the Breeze is doing now. Looks pretty still at the moment. We'll check down with them shortly, but not as much as there was in the opening half. So Hosking from 45 will pop it right up to the square. Stevens stays off the contest. Back to Bates. High kick into space. Can the Lions get on the end of this? Sarah Hosking's tracking it back. She'll get there first. She's got some support. It's Dalton. Ball from behind on Spark, who wins it at ground level. Stripped of it by Hosking. Carlton ball. Lutkins goes in the Conway direction. Could only get one arm up. Gave away the free kick with a nudge in the back. So brave effort here from Sophie Conway to come back on. That left shoulder clearly a huge concern for her. Couldn't get the other arm above the head. Some balls with Sarah Hosking. Go short. Fine loins.